Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bed. How we doing, guys? We're back. Little Wednesday. I apologize if my throat still sounds a little crazy, or my voice. You can't hear my throat. You can hear my voice, though. I don't know what's going on. This is like 2 weeks of this. 2 full weeks of me just sounding like this. But what do we got going on? We got a lot of Fox stuff we're going to talk about today. We got a bunch of stuff. Who's in the chat? We got the comment man. Happy birthday to Maxie Kleber. There we go. We got Happy National Puzzle Day. Thank you, Snopalope. Your good morning. Got a race. Sneeps is back. Good morning. Matic Auto in the chat. Smoke some. Appreciate you guys hanging out this morning. Do me a favor. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Our guy John H. is here. We love to see it. And if you're listening to the podcast, thanks for doing that. Stan Loves is here. There we go, Stan. I don't know why Stan's so cranky. Stan, I've been nothing, but I've been like a Miami supporter lately. Maybe you're trying to reset the vibes because we'd been agreeing too much. Here's what we got going on today. Juan Stockton in the chat too. Let's go. Love to see it. We're gonna talk some trade stuff. We'll talk about some basketball action that's been going on the last few days. Before we do that, though, just a couple of things. Do me a favor. We had the '89 Cavs return on Monday afternoon. That was a lot of fun. We had a good turnout for that one. BT Dubs. Appreciate you guys watching that game. Watching that show. It was a game. Watching that game. Yeah. So Go check that out. That was on Monday. We should have another thing drop a little bit later this afternoon or tomorrow morning on the fantasy streets, and then live before lock returns on Friday. We got Cassandra Elman in the chat said, "Do you still do Top Shot?" No, I don't. But you know what? We can do it. Let's do it. Like, remember the Top Shot days? Let's do a little Top Shot. Let's do a big ticket. Let's start our morning with a big ticket drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, reset the vibes. Although I can't find the big ticket drop. Oh my God, what happened? What happened to the video that I love? There it is. Bang. Nothing sets the vibes like a little big ticket, little Flip City. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's saying we miss Tony. Listen, we can check in on Tony. Tony made an appearance yesterday, which was a lot of fun. But that's not what we're here to talk about, okay? We are here to talk about De'Aaron Fox. And I got to tell you, really impressive stuff yesterday by both the agents and the media. Let's you know what? Let's switch these graphics around, huh? Bang! We love to see that. Look at that. We got beam trades. We get light the beam trades. Don't worry. We'll get a PJ Washington in here in a little bit. Let's go over to X.com, the Twitter machine. Let's go see this just in. Breaking news. The Sacramento Kings are expected to open up talks and potentially deal All-Star De'Aaron Fox ahead of the February 6th trade deadline. There will be plenty of suitors, but it's believed that Fox has a target destination in mind ahead of 2026 free agency. Okay, so that's just a funny thing. That's a funny thing right now. The way that it's been, the way that was reported, I think is funny. But it gets funnier because let's go check out our guy Haynes Briefs or Chris Haynes or whatever the name of his show is these days. Let's see how he reported it too. King star De'Aaron Fox is zeroed in on a landing spot as the franchise looks to possibly move him. Interested teams will likely be discouraged from trading him, being he's set to become an unrestricted free agency in 2026. Fox's unwillingness to sign extension has positioned the situation here. I love this, guys. It is so funny. It is so funny to see the media work and see who their sources are, right? Chris Haynes clearly has a source that is closer to the Sacramento organization. Sham's source clearly tied to De'Aaron Fox, right? Just the way that it's reported. It's so hilarious, man. It's so hilarious. This is what's wrong with the media these days, okay? Everybody's got an agenda. Everybody's got a slant. I just thought that was funny. Also, shout out De'Aaron Fox, right? It takes some real stones to be like, I know where I want to go, but I'm not going to tell you. Not yet, anyways. I think that's hilarious. If he already knows where he wants to go, just tell us, bro. Just tell us, bro. It's been reported the two potential landing spots for What Does the Fox Say is the Houston Rockets, which we're going to talk about the Rockets in a little bit. It's not going to be the Rockets. I'm telling you that right now. It's not going to be Houston. I'm going to continue to plant my flag that the Rockets are going to ride out this season to see what they've got, to do it in the postseason, and then we'll assess the situation. Because I'm going to be honest. Yes, Fox would immediately be better than Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet. Absolutely. But do you know what? I'm not out here doing that. I know. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. T. Lou from Timu. Well, yeah, we'll talk some Clippers when we get around the league. We're going to talk some Clippers because I think that's a fun take. I think that's a fun take by there, right there by you, sir. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So if it's not going to be the Houston Rockets, who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Let's go check Mike Zakarian's profile. This is me right here. Let's scroll down. Let's go. Well, first of all, I said sneaky benefit of being 40s that I actually think it's fine to sit down on the subway. That's a fun one. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. According to multiple sources, if De'Aaron Fox leaves the Kings via trade, his preferred landing spot is the San Antonio Spurs. Now, a few minutes earlier than that, Mike Zakarian, again, me, the only Fox landing spot that would get me hyped is the San Antonio Spurs. Every other move is boring. Okay, I'm willing to have a conversation about De'Aaron Fox on the San Antonio Spurs because Wemby is too good. Wemby is too good right now. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to rip the Band-Aid off. Let's get the Spurs in the play-in game. I feel the exact opposite of San Antonio that I do of, say, the Houston Rockets. I'm not interested in seeing what they have in their core. No. We already know, okay? Stephon Castle, nice. I like Stephon Castle. He's good. He's a fun piece for the future. Devin Vassell, you know I'm a Devin Vassell truther. But if he's not a part of the core, let's move his ass. Upgrading from Chris Paul to De'Aaron Fox is good. Is good. And I love CP3. CP3's my age. CP3's my age. And that's my hot take today. I actually think most talented NBA players, not my age. How about that for a take? Huh? Post that. Publish that. I love this. I love this idea of all of a sudden giving Wemby a point guard, a run-and-gun style point guard that, I mean, yes, CP3 can throw lobs, but you know what? Victor Wembanyama should be having way more alley-oop dunks than we're seeing this year. You want to know why? The aforementioned CP3, my age guy, he can't get by people anymore. And sometimes what you need to do, you need to beat your initial defender so that the defense caves, Lob City, right? But he can't beat that initial defender anymore. So let's get somebody like De'Aaron Fox in there. Let him run around. San Antonio Spurs have so many assets. Thank you to the DeJounte Murray deal, right? The DeJounte Murray deal. Also, I thought this was pretty funny. Somebody was talking about how the Atlanta Hawks won the DeJounte Murray trade, right? Where they got Larry Nance, they got Dyson Daniels, they got some other assets. And I joked, like, in order to win the DeJounte Murray trade, you must first lose the DeJounte Murray trade, right? Because just a year or two earlier, they definitely lost that trade with the San Antonio Spurs when DeJounte got moved. Anyways, I really like this. I like this potential landing spot. I think De'Aaron Fox on the Spurs would be a lot of fun. And again, like, I'm not saying all of a sudden that makes San Antonio a title contender or anything like that. Gets him in the play-in, though, for sure. Gets him in the play-in game for sure. And then when we look forward to the next offseason, again, this is if Fox gives him like a little wink, wink, nod, nod, tug, tug, that he said, I'll re-sign with San Antonio. I want to stay in Tejas, as people were telling me in the chat. He's from Texas initially or originally. If he's going to stay there, now all of a sudden you're a free agent, right? And you start doing the math and you're like, well, listen, they don't have state tax. They got a big, tall French guy that's going to play really good defense. They've got a good point guard. Let me go chase some titles. They got the San Antonio Spurs infrastructure. So, like, makes a ton of sense. Makes a ton of sense for the Spurs long term. If you're giving up on Vassell, that sucks, but I get it. And then Vassell honestly would fit nicely in Sacramento, right? You give the keys to Malik Monk and Sabone Bone, and then you just have Vassell just light it up on the outside. I feel like that could be kind of fun. I will say, I'll share this too. Hearing Fox potentially get traded reminded me of, I feel like every 3 weeks we revisit the conversation who won the Sacramento trade. Is it Sabonis? Sabonis and the Kings, did they win the trade, pairing up Sabonis and Fox, or was it the Pacers? And I feel like every couple of weeks we revisit this, and it made me think of this. Anytime somebody declares a winner in the De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton trade, I think of this.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, it's twice as much shame on me. I cannot believe I allowed you to fool me again. Definitely learned from the first time not to be fooled. Fool me 4 times, shame back on you. Actually, you are picking on a vulnerable man. Something has obviously gone wrong with me. This is like bullying the kid in a wheelchair at primary school. It's like,
if you guys haven't seen this bit before, it's very funny, makes me laugh. Anyways, it's on my Twitter. It goes on forever. But yeah, that's what it made me think of. Like every time we go back to every time we go back to like who won that trade, it's like, okay, all right, nobody won. That's the win. The real winner is nobody. Let's see. Somebody was saying in the chat, how big of a package? Pause. Do you think the Kings would want from the Spurs? Castle and Vassell, but think anyone else? I actually don't think it's going to be both of them. I think they could probably get away with just one of them. My guess is to make salaries work, right? What's up? Todd Packer in the chat says Sabonis is such a monster. Kings fan here. Yeah, hell yeah. I don't think it would have to be both of them. My guess is it's one of them. I think Sacramento would say we want Castle, and I think San Antonio would say, well, we can do Vassell. And I don't know who's got leverage here. I don't know who's got the leverage in the negotiations, but my guess is it's somebody like Vassell. I think Sohan could be in there, and then they're going to have to throw in another contract like Zach Collins or maybe Harrison Barnes. I'm coming home, something like that, right? And again, the Kings, the Spurs have all of these picks that they could throw out there. So I think there's a lot of different options. Hell no, Vassell, $30 million a year. Dude, Todd, I'm sorry. I'm a Vassell truther up in here. We'll see, though. I'd be curious. It would be, I think we'd get a very, very good feel on how San Antonio, what their thoughts are about win now. If they include Castle in this deal, I think that's very illuminating of what they're going to try to do this offseason. My guess is it's not going to be Castle, though. That would be my guess, but we'll see. Is Halliburton better than Fox? That will determine who won the trade. I don't know. I saw somebody say Fox. Yeah, regulators said Fox is the 12th best point guard in the NBA. All right, like, who are we? So we got we put Luka in that number. Luka, SGA. Those are our top 2, right? Who's after that? Top point guards in the league. Luka, SGA. We still consider Steph Curry a point guard. Put him number 3. Sure, we can do that. Who else? Why can't I think of any point guards right now? Jalen Brunson, that's 4. Cade Cunningham is at 5. We'll throw Dame. We're still considering Dame in there. Dame's on a little bit of a heat right now. That's 6. Okay, Todd Packer says Darius Garland. We putting Garland ahead of him. 7. Maxey is 8. I don't know if I'm putting Garland ahead of him. I don't know. That's pretty close. I'm not putting Kyrie ahead of him. Sorry, man. Tyler Hero, though, I would talk about Tyler. Yeah, I'd have a conversation about Hero. Yeah, that's probably right. Fox is probably somewhere between 10 and 15, right? Probably 10, 15. Oh, look at Matty Harrison in there. Vassell actually has a decreasing contract. He'll only be 13% of the cap in his 28-year-old season. I like that. Yeah, Halliburton's in there too. Yeah, that's probably the right range. Cade Cunningham, I don't think we talked about him yet. Yeah, that's in the right range. Tim Hardaway Jr., DJP, I'm so close to blocking you. I am so close to blocking you. Although that was multiple Detroit references, so you know what we got to do.
Detroit basketball! Detroit basketball! You better
And that does get me hyped every time. Every time. Fox better than Ja. Nah, I don't know. It's all the same to me. LaMelo Ball, no thank you. No thank you, LaMelo Ball. He was thinking Beasley. How dare you, DJP? Maybe even Peyton Pritchard. Either. Chill. All right, good stuff there. I'll be curious to see what happens. Again, it sounds like it's San Antonio. I don't think Houston's making a move. I don't. I think Houston is comfy where they are. And then again, I don't know, like if again Fox has to basically tell them I will sign with you because otherwise teams aren't going to give up that much. Otherwise teams aren't going to give up that much. So we'll have to wait and see. Speaking of that, let's go to some hashtag heat culture. Haywood Highsmith over me, huh? Great stuff by Jimmy Butler once again. I got to tell you, I don't think there's any winner in this. There's just no winner in what's going on except for Kevin Love. Kevin Love is the only winner because he has been out here just having the time of his life. All right. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is where you need to be living. Like he's at that age, right? He's made a ton of money. He's Mr. Banana Republic. He's out there having just a good time, not playing a ton of basketball, but getting paid a ton of money. And every time some Jimmy shit happens, he goes over to Instagram. And this is the most recent one. All right. So Jimmy immediately after this is a real Kevin Love post. Jimmy Love immediately after hearing he wasn't in the starting lineup. That's the caption. Here we go.
Motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. Shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in...
Incredible stuff. Just incredible stuff by Kevin Love. He's not the Antonio Brown. He's the Antonio Brown without the brain injuries. Like, I don't want to give him Antonio Brown. Just awesome stuff. Awesome stuff by K-Love Swiss. So Jimmy Butler shows up to practice after, being suspended for some games, missing some time, right? So he's just finished his second suspension. He shows up and they were like, "Hey man, here's the thing. You missed a lot of time. You haven't been playing so great. We're going to have you come off the bench, just like ease you back in." And he just says, "F this," he gets on out of there. And now he's been suspended indefinitely. Jimmy Butler, I believe in the year 2025 has played 2 basketball games. He has been suspended 3 times. He's been suspended more times in 2025. Now, I'm not saying how many games he's missed from suspension. He's been suspended more times than games played. So the Jimmy Butler run has come to an end. I thought Bill Simmons talked about it a little bit in his podcast that was last night that came out. I still don't know where Jimmy Butler goes. You know what I'm saying? I still don't know where he goes. Wow, Boss is so angry this morning. I love that. Oh, it's Coach Stark Holmes. Been too long. Good to have you back here, man. I don't know where he's going to go, right? And everybody's going to point to Bradley Beal and Jimmy having orange hair or orange sneakers or whatever. Again, I just don't. Bradley Beal has to be like, yeah, I'll go there. And now they're talking about 3-team deals, 4-team deals. Brian Windhorst was on ESPN the other day just saying, like, it is imminent. A move is imminent. And it might be. And I think in order for it to happen, he has to just go out there. Miami has to go out there and say, "Hey, we don't care what we get back. Let's just get him the hell out of here. Let's just get him the hell out of here so we don't have to pay him $50 million next year." Because that to me is the craziest thing of all of it is that Jimmy Butler is a player option for $50 million next year. So either Miami's going to eat that and they're going to be like, "Jimmy, you're not going to play, man. Whatever. We'll just keep the $50 million on the books. We'll get you off the books next year, and that's it. That's what we're going to do." Again, I don't know who's picking that up, and it has to be a desperate NBA basketball team. And I don't even know how many of those there are right now. Let's go look at the NBA standings, right? Let's go look at the NBA standings and try to figure out what team would be out there to say, like, hey, yeah, let's risk it all. Let's risk it all with a guy. And again, I'm not saying I'm Team Miami. I'm not saying I'm Team Pat Riley. None of that, right? That's not what I'm out here doing. But if you just look at the body of work, yes, Jimmy Butler took an underperforming team to the NBA Finals twice. He's also blown up. The Chicago Bulls traded him in his prime. I mean, as he was ascending to superstardom, all-stardom, they traded him to Tibbs, to a guy that he didn't want to play for anyways, right? Because in Chicago. Then he blows up Minnesota. He goes to Philadelphia, and they chose who? Tobias Harris over him. Now he goes to Miami, and everything, vibes were good for a little bit. Udonis Haslem leaves the bench, and then all of a sudden, Jimmy explodes. So, again, if you're just looking at it, and you're like, hey, are we going to sacrifice assets, our future picks, to bring in somebody who has 3 very good years left? Let's go look at ESPN here. And because, I was going to start with Golden State. Golden State right now is 500 after their very impressive win against the Utah Jazz last night, which I can't win any money on underdog anymore, but had a brilliant call yesterday, actually with the help of Maggie Carp. Shut up, Maggie Carp. We noticed Steph Curry was playing back-to-back. Last night was the front end of a back-to-back, and tonight he's on national television against OKC. Like, is Steph Curry going to play? No. The answer was no. Late Q-Tag didn't play. But Golden State, right, is 500, and they look broken. They look confused. Kuminga's missed some time. He's hurt. Draymond Green's missed some time. But Steph, Steve Kerr, Draymond Green, and Joe Lacob, who was rock hard with them all saying this, was like, I don't think it would make sense to mortgage our future to go get somebody that's going to make us that much. Are they going to make us that much better, right? So they've already come out and said they're not going to sacrifice their future. And you look at these teams, right? So Golden State 23-23, sure, that could be a potential landing spot. Phoenix Suns, if and only if Bradley Beal came out there and said, hey, I'll leave, then yeah, maybe Bradley Beal. And if you look at their record, listen, I don't really trust what we've been seeing from Phoenix. They've been beating like the Washingtons of the world. I think their only good win recently was Detroit. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They moved up to the 8th seed. The Mavericks they're not a potential landing spot. I guess like De'Aaron Fox could go to Miami, but I don't think that, like for Fox, for Jimmy, but I don't think that's what's happening. The Timberwolves are kind of interesting because of Julius Randle. But again, that's how bad the vibes need to be in Miami, where they're like, oh, fine, let's just get Jimmy out of here and we'll get Julius Randle. But I don't see them doing that either. Clippers aren't going to do it. The Lakers aren't going to do it. Denver's not going to do it. Memphis, I think, would be interested in doing it. But he already said, I don't want to go to Memphis. Houston's already been like, we're not going to do that. Obviously, OKC. And then you look at the Eastern Conference. Like, I don't even know what team. Like, Milwaukee has been rumored now. Milwaukee's back on the table. And I guess, like, yeah, sure, we'll take Miami's going to have to be like, we'll take Middleton and Portis. That's the thing. There's just no move that makes sense for, like, the moves that make sense for a Jimmy landing spot don't make sense for Miami. And the moves that make sense for Miami, Jimmy either doesn't want or doesn't make sense for Jimmy. So I just don't see it happening. It's definitely going to happen. I feels like it's definitely going to happen now, even though I've been team Jimmy doesn't get traded. And Snoopaloo, boots on the ground in Milwaukee, I'd rather have Middleton than Butler. Middleton's actually looked okay recently. So I don't know, man. I just think it's going to get a little bit more uncomfortable before it gets better. Wait, what's delusional about? Oh, about Middleton over Butler. Yeah, but even if you're Miami, do you want Middleton? Like, is that what you want the haul to be? Middleton? I don't see it, man. I don't see it. So who knows? But we're only, like, he got basically suspended. He's going to miss like the next 5 or 7 games. The trade deadline's not too far away. We're almost into February. So we'll have to wait and see. But it sounds like we'll get some answers soon on both of these situations. But it's nice to get a little trade slop. You know what I'm saying? This is fun. This is better than just box score hunting. This is a good time. I'm enjoying the trade stuff. We talked some Celtics in some recent shows, and I was getting some comments after the fact on the video about the Celtics potentially making a move. I think that's a little bit more panicky because the Celtics have been playing bad. But that's actually a good transition because we're going to start talking about who I think is maybe my favorite player right now. Prayers up Prayers up, and it's for Amin Thompson, man. Amin Thompson is a freaking baller. So Houston now has had 2 games this week. They've won them both. We're going to start with Monday against the Celtics. Jaylen Brown, I don't know how many people watched this game, but Jaylen Brown got absolutely cooked on that last play. And I mean, listen, it was a tough shot, but Amin Thompson basically got into the paint, created some space, and just like put it right up over JB's head. And it was embarrassing. Amin Thompson played 42 minutes in this game. This did not go to OT. He played 42 minutes, 33 points, 9 boards, 4 dimes, a steal, and a block. He has played so good that they can't bench him, right? Because he was coming off the bench for a while. Their starting 5 was what? Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr., Alpi Şengün, right? I'm sorry, Jabari Smith Jr., you're not coming back into the starting lineup. And it gives Houston, and this is what I'm saying, you can't make a move if you're Houston. You're already the 2nd seed in the better conference, in the Western Conference, right? You're beating teams ahead of you. Look at their most recent wins here with Houston, who are 31-14, right? 31-14 on the season. Most recent wins, right? They won the back-to-back last night in Atlanta. They won 196, which was a close game. They're coming off W's, 2 against Cleveland, 1 against Boston. They dropped the game to the Pistons. You've got Denver in here, Memphis in here, Memphis 2 times. You got the Lakers in there, the Mavericks in there. Like, they are winning real games right now. And so you can give me all the Fox trades you want, but no thank you. You've got this young core that's out here beating the best in the league right now. You've got a coach who, say what you will about his off-court stuff, on the court, like, he took a Celtics team that was soft and made them Viagra, but turned them rock hard. Pause for the question. But now he's taken this Houston team. He's turned Alpi Şengün into like a serviceable defender. I'm not saying defensive player of the year, but he's not getting cooked in the way that, like, he plays much more physical. They have so many different options. Tari Eason, who's missed some time, he's now come back. They've been doing all this without Jabari Smith Jr. So, like, they now have so many different pieces that they can move. Honestly, very similar to Memphis, a different style of basketball, but very similar, where on any given night, they have like 1 through 10 can pop off. And this is all with Reed Shepherd, the number 2 pick in the entire draft last year, playing like 9 total minutes for them right now. So again, I think it'd be short-sighted to blow this up right now. Houston has a ton of assets. Again, feel this out and then see what you got. But Amin Thompson, you can't give most improved to a second-year player, but he's been awesome, man. He's been so good. And he does it, like, again, I brought this up on the Hoop Sense episode. I feel like I've talked about this before, but I think what's just so freaking impressive about him, and we saw this last year with Şengün missed some time. They're like, you know what? Let's put Amin Thompson at the 5. Jabari Smith Jr.'s missed some time. Let's put him at the 4. If Jalen Green's out, we'll put him at the 2 today. Fred's out, put him at the 1. Like, he can do literally everything for this team. And again, like, they just got a good range of guys here, and they still, again, I mentioned Reed Shepherd, Cam Whitmore. I think Houston's future is pretty bright, and you like forecast a little bit into the playoffs. I mean, I think Denver's going to create some problems with them if they're going to continue to play this way, but Denver's margin for error is pretty thin, especially with the 3-point shot not really being a part of their game, but they do have the best player in the world. You go against OKC, I think that could be fine as well. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of different. I think they have some upside for this season, but you look at, like, as they approach this offseason, they could come in next year and just be a lightning rod in the West. I mean, they already are. They're already a 2 seed, and they're already beating the best teams in the league. I do think, however, a team built like this, it's easier for them to kind of rack up regular season wins. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. I do think in a 7-game series, it's a little bit different. But again, they got a great coach. They play defense. And those things translate into the playoffs. So I'm kind of excited about it. Stan's still standing on Denver beating OKC. I'm excited for it, man. Those top 4. Let's actually bounce around the league here with some recent performances. Let's go back to the scores from Monday night and see if anything pops off a little bit that we should talk about. Because we only had a couple games last night, and none of them were very exciting. We talked about the Rockets getting that win over the Celtics. Celtics continue to play 500 ball after that win. Anthony Davis went for 42 and 23 against Charlotte. However, that was a 5-point game, and LaMelo Ball left that game like immediately. I think he played 10 minutes in the first quarter. And, man, LaMelo and the Charlotte Hornets, or I would say not LaMelo. LaMelo didn't do this. LaMelo gets hurt. And you could see the Charlotte Hornets front office going like, ooh, LaMelo Ball will be reevaluated in 9 months. That's basically what they're doing, right? The Charlotte choo-choo. I don't know why the choo-choo. Tanks don't do that. They're going to be tanking their ass off. Mark Williams already got ruled out for tonight's game against the Brooklyn Nets. That total is like 202. That piece of shit Miles Bridges is going to take 1,000,000 shots. Shout out our guy, Nick Smith Jr. He's going to be cooking. Wow, there's somebody outside my apartment right now with what can only be described as like a camera that's got a telescope on it, like he's looking into the fucking solar system. I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know what's going on, but if he points that at my apartment, I'm going out there. I'm going to fight him. I'm going to fucking fight him. Anyways, MRI for Melo today were negative. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, Charlotte's. It has nothing to do with what the injury actually is. They are going to go out there and lose games. Cavs got a win over Detroit. You know what? Little sneaky thing. I'm expecting. So they play Miami tonight, and I expect Cleveland to win. But call it here. I think Tyler Hero is going for 30 points. So when we build our pick'em, Tyler Hero. Let's do a little. Let's do. I need a hero. We need a drop. Maybe it's the paparazzi. Shout out Gaga. Anyway, speaking of Hero, right? Hero goes for 30, 12, and 8 in a double overtime win over the Orlando Magic. Franz is healthy, guys. He played 40 minutes, so we don't have to be worried about that. He had 29, 8, and 8. Paolo, again, 2 of his last 3 games, just really bad shooting. Only 7 for 21 in that game. Maybe a little bit of rust. Miami, Bam Adebayo balled out 26, 10, and 9. Khalil Ware got into foul trouble in the first half, but still managed to double-double with 19 and 10. And then Hero, as I mentioned. Good win for Miami. Miami's low-key the Atlanta Hawks right now, just like 1 game over 500, 1 game under 500. They're at 500. The Knicks beat out of the Memphis Grizzlies, 143-106. Look at this. 34 in the first, 42 in the third, 41 in the fourth. Yikesies. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, everybody cooked. Here we go. Zion Williamson in Toronto. So Toronto won this game 113-104. Good Scotty Barnes game. Only reason I'm pointing this out, we got 27 minutes out of Zion. All right. So it's 24, 24, 24, 25, now to 27. Is tonight the night we get 30 minutes of Zion Williamson? Is tonight the night? Anyways, because they play tonight. Good win for Toronto, though. Scotty Burns, 21, 11, and 8. You got 21, 14, and 5 from Jakob Turtle Power. So good win for Toronto. I wanted to talk some Clippers, though. Clippers had a very fun game that night, I thought. Where is that? Who they played the Suns. Suns got this one 111, 109. James Harden is on a run, fellas. James Harden is on a run right now. Kawhi also played 28 minutes, so he's creeping up over to 30. They play San Antonio tonight, so I'm coming home. 17 and 5 for him. Zubac, Big Z, 25 and 16. James Harden, 24, 10 and 6. Norman, Storm, and Powell at 23 and 5. However, it's Book and KD that cooked in this one. KD with 24, 5 and 4. Book had 26, 8 and 7. Big Dick Nick Rich, basically he's every other game. He cooks every other game. I will say Phoenix plays Minnesota tonight, and it's always hard to figure out what's going on with Minnesota from a fantasy perspective, but Phoenix gets absolutely lit up by the 5. So listen, I'm not saying play Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert maybe, Randall maybe. I know it feels gross, but I think we should think about it. Anything else from that night that we need to talk about? Bucks got a Giannis went for 35, 18, and 7. Last night, though, Dame now officially, I think, 0-4 against Portland since leaving. They lost 125, 112 in this game. Giannis, again, 39, 12, and 8 in this one. Dame time, 20 and 6. That was it, though. That was it. They got only 2 other guys got in double digits for him. Brolo had 11, and Gary Trent Jr. had 11. For the Spurs, Dominating was balling. 21 and 14 from DeAndre Ayton. Denny Avdia, 30 and 9. Anthony Simons, 25 and 7. Portland's been playing better basketball lately, but like at the fault of or not the fault, but at the detriment of these young guys, man. Bogdan Bogdanovic has been hurt, so he's just been hurt. But he's 1 and 3. He got a W. Sorry, I thought it was 0 and 4. But yeah, shit, I lost my. Oh yeah, Shaden Sharp, like he played 31 minutes, he was fine. Scoop played 27, but clearly they're not targeting the young guys as much as I thought they would be at this point in the season. So I don't know, good for them. Golden State got a win, and then the Sixers actually beat the Lakers. Lakers are on a back-to-back. LeBron's 40, so 31, 9, and 8 for LeBron. But again, 48 turnovers that hurt him a little bit. AD got hurt in this game, only played 10 minutes, so we'll have to pay attention to that. Tyrese Maxey went off 43 and 3, 2 dimes, 2 steals. Good shit from him. The Oobs had 28 and 5. No Embiid again, but Yabusele cooked. Regulator in the chat says tonight will be Embiid's 400th missed game. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy stuff, Regulator. And yeah, I agree. Denny is too good for Portland. We need him on a real team. I like Denny's game. Tonight, though, we get a full slate tonight. Should be a fun one. Let's go look at the schedule. So for tonight, Brooklyn and Charlotte, I mentioned, look at that total, 205. Gross. Detroit and the Pacers, low-key, that'll be fun. Washington and Toronto, 230.5 over-under. That'll be a fun one for fantasy perspective, but probably bad for basketball. Boston and Chicago, Tatum's got a questionable tag. I don't know if this is just like a scheduled rest. Boston, again, has been weird. Chicago, Levine got hurt. He's going to miss a handful of games now. Kobe White's questionable. So this spread is like, wow, it's 14.5 now. Is it really 14.5? That means Tatum is playing. Cleveland and Miami here. Cleveland, that'll be a fun game. Again, I think Tyler Hero cooks tonight. Denver against New York, ESPN game. That'll be a fun one. Then you got Sacktown and Philly, Dallas and NOLA. San Antonio and the Clips, Minnesota, Phoenix, OKC, Golden State. So our guy Ty Lue in the chat was saying, do you think the Clippers can get to the 4 seed? I don't think they can get to the 4 seed. I do think they can get to the 5 seed. I know they're only 2 games back from Denver. I think Denver's playing really well right now. I think Levine has a baby. My bad. I don't think they can get to Denver. I think Denver, Memphis, Houston, OKC is going to be your top 4 in the Western Conference. And then I think the Clippers catch the Lakers. I think the Lakers actually fall out of the top 6 when all is said and done. But again, it all depends. Like they were able to be a top 6 team with Kawhi playing like 15 minutes a game for a while, you know? So I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm in on the Clippers, man. I was telling you earlier, or I think it was on the 89 Cavs show. It's my biggest L of the season so far, is saying that the Clippers weren't going to be a good team, man. They just fight. They're fighters. And I put some respect on Ty Lue's name as a coach. And then Harden, man. Harden, like legit, Harden's been great this year. There's been no drama from James. He's been great. Kawhi's been good when he's been out there. Norman Powell's played all-star caliber basketball. And Zubac is good, man. I think if they were to make a move around the edges, like, listen, man. Sorry, Mo Bamba. They need a backup 5. They need a backup 5 so badly. So I'll be curious, like, Jonas Valanciunas needs a home. I'm trying to think of what other bigs are out there, but Celtics are also in that spot where they could use some help in the 5. But I got to think Jonas Valanciunas could be a landing spot for the Clips. I'm not sure what kind of assets the Clips have to move around, but anyway, so that's. Oh, I forgot to change the media asset as we went around the league. Shit, there we go. Now we did it. I think that's it. I don't know any other storylines that we missed. The All-Star reserves, I think, get announced tomorrow. So that should be pretty fun to see if our guy Tyler Hero made it. They announced the dunk contest. I think we talked about that on Monday. I said something. I don't know how to do it, but here's my thought. I don't know what the contest is. I don't know what it is, but you want to save All-Star weekend. I need you to create something that like Jordan Poole, Bones Highland, and Julian Strother have to participate in. Right? I don't know. They to me, they all have like the same game, different levels of it, but all the same game. I don't know. Just give them some, like create some like crazy spots on the floor they have to run around, or like see how many times. I don't know. Something about not passing. I don't know. You got to create something though. Do something with that, Adam Silver. A mid-off. Yeah, mid-off's fine. We can call it that. I like it. Summer league dates are announced. Yeah, we already booked, baby. By the way, I don't know if people are watching for the first time. I think this will be our 5th year going out to NBA Summer League, right? I think so, right? Because we didn't do a show the first year. And then we did a show the second year, the third year. We didn't do a show last year. This will be our 5th year. So, yeah, NBA Summer League announced its dates. Let me pull it up so you know exactly when it is. But we are going to be out there. Let's see. We are going to be out there on, here we go. It starts July 10th, which I believe is a Friday, right? I think I'm getting out there that Thursday night, so July 9th, and I'm staying through the Monday. Let me make sure I have those dates right here. Look at my calendar. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, wow. It starts the 10th. Games start the 10th. Huh. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to be getting out there that Thursday. Normally games start that Friday. Oh, wait, sorry. I got to change my bad, guys. My bad. Hold on. Let me change this so it doesn't look insane. Yeah, I'm going to be out there that Thursday and then staying until Monday or Tuesday. So come hang out. If you guys have never been, we go out there every year. Regulator, have you been out there? Yeah, considering going. Let's go. Let's get out there. So, yeah, I always think the first weekend is the best weekend to go because what ends up happening, if the real star rookies, right? So, like the top 6, 8 picks or whatever, most of the first round, they play that first weekend and then teams shut their guys down because they already know what they have. They know they're making the team. Summer League is mostly used for back-end rookies, second-year guys, guys looking for like fringe level players. It's still fun the second weekend. Like we went there the second weekend, the second year we went out, I think, thanks to NBA Top Shot. But yeah, it's so much fun. It's a really good time. We usually do like a happy hour meetup. We go to a ton of games together. It's a lot of fun. But I'm going to be out there July 10th to the 15th. I think we're staying at the MGM Grand this year. I know sometimes we do Park MGM. All of the games. I'll also say too, like it's pretty affordable. The experience itself, like going to the games. Typically, tickets I think cost like $60. And if you've never been, it's $60 like for the day. So games start at noon. It's at the UNLV campus, the Thomas and Mack Center, which is like a 6-minute cab ride. Games start at noon that day. And then they have 2 different courts. They have like the main court where their UNLV team plays, and then also like their practice facility, which feels like a high school gym. It honestly feels like going to a basketball tournament for like AAU or something. So they'll have a game starting at noon, and then the next game starts at 1. And so you'll have 2 games going simultaneously, and it goes all day. I think like the last tip is usually 7 p.m. maybe or 6 p.m. So it's like $60 gets you in the door, and then that's it. And then honestly, concessions are pretty good there because it's like a college building. It's not insane. They don't kill you on that. So that part is actually like pretty reasonable. And then it's a good hang. So would love to have more people come on out. If you guys aren't in the Discord, by the way, like we have a channel in the Discord that's like Vegas Summer League, where we talk about it in there. So would love to have more people. If we get gang again, because last year I think because the rookie class was a little ho-hum, there was no Wembanyama. Numbers were a little bit down. Yeah, July 10th is a Thursday. I know. That's what I was surprised too, but it says July 10th to the 20th on there. So I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, I am getting on there the 10th and leaving on I think I get there on a Thursday, leave on a Monday afternoon. But anyways, yeah, if we have a big contingency again, we'll do another live show. We'll definitely do a happy hour meetup. We'll do all of those fun things. So would love to have a crew out there. So start booking your stuff now. It's honestly too, like the hotels, if you book them this far in advance, it's not too expensive. Flights can get a little cranky, but it's a good time. So come hang out. Would love to have you guys. Our guy Top Shot Com Man has been out there the last couple of years. Weisberg gets out there. Actually, Jeb Bush. We got John Boy Beats out there a handful of times. Maybe we get a TST return. So let's get some more people out there. 125 night currently. Not bad. That's not bad. It's the strip clubs and gambling that gets expensive. Yeah. I actually don't. I'll be honest. I've been in a strip club in like 15. How old am I? Yeah, like 15 years. Probably since I was like 25. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we changed it up. I don't know. But yeah, let's get out there. I would love more people out there. Let's figure out a pick 'em. I'll also pop over to SORARE too. You can see what we got for lineups. Also, if you guys have more storylines you want to get into, drop them in the chat. But we got a fun sweat over on SORARE and our rare champ. This is what we got. We're in 19th place right now. Jokic dropped 81. We got the 35 from Keaton Wallace, the 58 from Bam Bam, 81 from AD. Now, Nick Smith Jr. only got a 17, but no LaMelo now moving forward. Maybe he cooks tonight, and anything over 17 will jump me up. But that's a pretty fun team. And then our rare contender is doing okay. D'Lo, maybe he outscores his 32. Klingon kind of disappointed. Larson, whatever. But those are our 2 sweats. But let's go to Underdog. Let's figure out a pick 'em for today because I think oh yeah, Jordan Poole likes cats. I did see that. Shout out Jordan Poole though. He's having a good year today. Good year this year. I'm glad he's kind of like figured his shit out. All right, let's go figure out a pick 'em because I think I have some boosts or some like discounts or something like that. So would love to figure out that out. Although now it seems like we're getting the wheel. Wait, why can you? Oh, there it is. All right, so we have this one higher. I thought I had another one too. Anyway, so we got a KD boost. What's the? Let's try to find some stuff. We were mentioning Randall and Hero, right? Those are the ones that stood out to me. I want to boost. So Hero's at 24.5 points. I'm going to boost this. Oh man, I was hoping we had like a 26.5. Oh, all right. We're just going to take his over on points. His over at 24.5. Randall was the other one, or Rudy. Let's see what Rudy's points are. If it's like 13.5, yeah. Can we boost this? Okay. Yeah. I mean, dude, if Rudy gets a fit, let's just do 12.5. All right, there we go. That's 7.2x. What do you guys have for me in the chat here? So again, if you can't see this, let me blow this up a little bit. We got Kevin Durant because we had a special. I don't know if you guys have a special, but I'm taking the KD. It's 24.5 points, a half point higher, although he's questionable tonight, but I think he's playing. We're taking the Hero overs. We're taking the Rudy 12.5 points. Anything else? You want to do Rudy points and rebounds? Let's see what that is. What's points and rebounds? Can we move that line? All right, no, we won't. We'll just do that. Rudy points and rebounds, 21.5. If we're not going to boost it up, we need to get to 5. Let's get a couple more here. Couple more. Those are my two favorites, though. You have a FIFA boost. There you go. Football is live. Let's see what else. Let's just scroll the NBA. What other games do we have tonight? So Scotty against Washington. Pirtle. What's Pirtle's lines, man? 13.5 points. 10.5 boards. Yeah. Yes. Let's do points and rebounds for Pirtle. 24.5 points and rebounds for Jakob Turtle Power. Hopefully Kelly Olynyk misses. And then Kawhi. Yeah, let's see what Kawhi's numbers are. 16.5. Is there anything about Kawhi you like there? The other one I was going to pull up is Zion. 23 points. Let's take the over on this. Let's actually do this. That's 21x right now. We got 5. KD boost. Tyler Hero, 24.5 points. Rudy, 21.5 points and rebounds. Jakob Pirtle, 24.5 points and rebounds. Zion Williamson, 24.5 points. 20 to win 420. What's 25 to win 525? Let's do that. Let's actually make it 26, so I have a round number. All right, if anybody wants to tail, obviously none of this is financial advice. I'm going to drop a link into the chat, but hold on before I do that. Let's remind the people this is not financial advice.
None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right?
Oh, that's lame. It wouldn't let me. Oh, it took the link away. Sorry, I was going to share the link. But anyways, Rudy over 21.5 points and rebounds. Tyler Hero higher than 24.5 points. Zion higher than 24.5 points. KD, we had a boost. And then Jakob Turtle Power, 24.5 points and rebounds. So we love it. We love it. Anything else the chats get going on? Yeah, DeJounte's kind of nice. Who's Garden? Oh, Harden points. Yeah, I like that. Any line for Cade turnovers? Let's see. I bet they don't. I feel like I have another discount I can use too. No. Triple-double, though. I always like betting the triple-double. I will say, though, Cade has been Indiana, the Pacers have like legit been playing good defense. So I don't like feel as spicy about that as I normally do. All right, we're gonna try this afternoon. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Underdog has the Dog Bowl going on again, so maybe we do some drafts this afternoon, or I'll have something. Although again, my throat is killing me. It's been going on for too long. But any other talking points that we need to get? John Dubb. Oh, I talked about your Pacers, baby. John Dubb in the chat. Let's go. Yeah, man. How are you feeling? You guys are like good now. You play fucking defense. Halliburton's been playing better, although I think is he questionable tonight? No, I think he's going. They've been playing defense. Nembhard, man. Nembhard, low-key, like, really good defender. Or maybe it's high-key. Maybe that's not low-key. High-key, really good defender. Weisberg, I think, will be on playback tonight, watching the Celtics in Chicago Bulls. So if you want to watch that, come hang out with that. Paris Snow Bunny's cooking, apparently. Oui, monsieur. Hello, Baton. Again, NBA Bit, if this is your first time here, thanks for hanging out. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. We also have an Elite Fantasy Hoops basketball channel, which is linked in the show notes. Go check that out as well, where we do a ton of stuff over there. And then check out the 89 Cavs episode from Monday. It was a fun time. We did an all-time draft of all-time all-star snubs, which was fun. Shout out our guy, Jamal Murray. That was the one. He got a little bit of love in that one, so go check that out. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Go subscribe to the podcast. Do all the things. Do all the things. Have a great Wednesday. Let's go win some hard-earned cash.